Drag brake. No, we won't test the drag. Here, we'll just look at it. Alright, so this is a FLIP32 and a revolver style motor. It's not a revolver. This is a $25 Hobby King, 1450 kV, and a $15 ESC. So that's 40 bucks. Yeah, it's a big fat mess because I don't run this setup. I usually put custom firmware on here. The gearing, it's geared like a SCX 10 with a 10-tooth pinion. The low speed is a little fast. I don't know, it's probably the gearing. I know that you can make this ESC, and it's got power. Here, I'll block the front of it, and I'll just give it a little bit of throttle, and it's digging, like it's pushing. It's got torque because it's an Outrunner motor. Outrunner motors have torque. Personally, if I ran this, I'd gear it down more because I like the low end. But I guess honestly, I would flash the ESC, because if I put different firmware on the ESC from Alka or Pete, who's been working on these, you can get really good low end resolution. And like you can see that it's not as loud as the Castle setup. That's not because of the cheap $25 motor, it's because of the firmware on the ESC. You could program this ESC to make more noise like a Castle, but why would you? It produces plenty of power as is without the noise. And you can use this $15 ESC to run a Holmes Hobbies revolver. Would work no problem. Because it's basically just a quadcopter ESC, and those are basically quadcopter motors. You do need to program the ESC. To do that, I usually buy a $17 flight controller. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a Noxie F1 would do it. I can put a link in the description to them, but for $17, and it's basically your Castle link. You use that to hook up to the BLHELI software, and then you can program them. And you can also program startup tunes like the Dukes of Hazzard. That's part of the BLHELI firmware. You don't even need custom anything to do it. So and if you're not getting this good of startup with, say, a Sidewinder or a Sidewinder 3, consider these ESCs. They're great little ESCs. That cogging is more, let's give it a little bit of a hill. That cogging is more my finger. The cogging, it's not going to bind up here very much. We want to bind this guy, drive it into this wall over here. Oh, there we go. So, I mean, it's got power. That's just dirt. I was hoping to hit something a little bit more solid, but my one-handed driving is not great. I am not great at this. Well, see here, you can see this is an excellent spot to show you. It will not just, oh, I don't want to.